This is a Hamiltone guitar. These guitars were made famous by Stevie Ray Vaughan himself, and today we're going to delve into why these are some of the best sounding guitars on the planet. So let's go. Now, Stevie Ray Vaughan's Hamiltone guitar, also known as main, was probably his most iconic instrument other than the #1 Strat that we all know and love. Stevie's Hamiltone appeared not only on several magazine covers, but actually in a couple of his main music videos. So the Cold Shop music video and the Couldn't Stand the Weather music video. Both of those are just like genius music videos. If you haven't seen them, they are part of my childhood, and I would say it's worth a watch if you haven't seen them. So now, from the day that Stevie received his Hamiltone guitar in 1984, he just used it on stage extensively. You know, you can see it on most of his live performances, and that guitar always had a bit of an extra, it's like a Strat but more. Now, just before we talk about the specs behind these guitars and why they sound like that, I just want to say a massive thanks to Daryl at Hamiltone, who took over the company from Jim a while back. This particular guitar was sent to me back in 2016 when I was lucky enough to play at Carnegie Hall in New York City. At the time, I was broke and I had no money, and you know, I could barely even afford to get a guitar over there. And Daryl very kindly sent this particular guitar, but at the end of the show, I had to give it back, and I was gutted because it's a super amazing sounding guitar, plus it looks incredible, and it's a Hamiltone. So to be reunited with this guitar after 8 years is super cool for me, and yeah, it's just an incredible sounding guitar, and the flame on it is definitely reminiscent and gives off those Stevie vibes from his Hamiltone. If you look at Stevie's, obviously he had like the Stevie Ray Vaughan pearl inlay on the neck, which makes it really iconic. And I was actually chatting to Daryl about that the other day, and he was saying that that all used to be done by hand, and it used to take like 40 hours just for one, you know, pearl inlay like the Stevie Ray Vaughan one. The pickups are actually hand wound for Hamiltone. There's something about the like curly maple blocky style Strat body alongside the neck through, you know, body and neck integration that makes it just sing in a different way. I'll play you through each pickup now, and you can hear the extra sweetness that I'm talking about. Now, when you add a bit of overdrive to this guitar, the sweetness really is accentuated, and you can hear that when Stevie used to play like Texas Flood, and you'd hear that like. Now, you guys might have seen the white Hamiltone that I've had for a good 10+ years now, and I was actually given that on my USA tour yeah, about 10 years ago, and that was a dream come true to get that one back then. But to get a second one which looks and sounds like this is just, and obviously having the association with the gig that I did back at Carnegie Hall is a special moment for me. So for the sound and the look and the playability and the history behind the company, for less than $2,000, I reckon that's a great find. Now, even though these aren't made one at a time by Jim, because Jim's no longer a part of the company, Daryl is a great guy, and these are made in low quantities, and it's one of those things where I'll put a link to where you can get them from in the description, but I don't think there's that many available. So you might have to just send them an email and ask what kind of stock they've got. And there's loads of different colors, different variants. And I think Daryl actually has one or two available with the Stevie Ray Vaughan in the neck. So yeah, if you guys are interested in grabbing one, definitely check out the link in the description and send Daryl an email. Now here's an end track now for you guys to hear this guitar in context. I'm going to be using the Texan Twang on a low setting all the way through the track, just to give it that extra glassy bite. Thank you so much for watching and supporting, because it makes opportunities like this, you know, come about. Definitely check out the Hamiltone brand if you're interested in getting these kind of tones. We'll catch you in a bit, and cheers.